A traffic stop this morning along the interstate led to a manhunt after a Lexington police officer was attacked.
Coming up, we'll take you to Powell County, where one man's trailer was washed away last night.
And we have a flash flood watch in effect through 8 p.m. That goes for everybody as we're getting some pretty heavy downpours down in the southern zones. You'll see that move northbound as we go through time. But better news for the weekend. I'll have all that coming up next.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon and welcome to WKYT News at Noon. A lot going on as we hit the air at midday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. It's another WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day as the rain continues to fall here in the Bluegrass.
We're watching that. Showers and storms causing some flash flooding concerns, and several areas are dealing with heavy downpours and flooding. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is tracking the threat now on our First Alert Defender.
Yeah, some nasty flooding down south, southeast. That's where we actually have flash flood warnings in effect for the next few hours. London is actually, and got this from the emergency management agency down there, London 4th Street is actually a foot underwater. So you just got to know where you're going. When you see these areas, you do not, and I know we talk about this all the time. You're probably tired of hearing us talk about it, but it happens every single time you get floods outside. Don't try to drive through that stuff. You're going to continue to see this runoff too. A lot of heavy rain back toward the Hayden area, and now we have 3 flash flood warnings in effect. People affected, you got roughly 30,000 people in the flash flood warning there in Clay and Laurel County. That does include London. That does include the Howard Rogers Parkway all the way to Manchester. Then one to the south, we're sitting there, roughly 11,000 people, Clay and Knox till 2:15. Then one across the Howard Rogers Parkway all the way to the Perry County area. That includes Clay, Leslie, Perry. It's roughly 10,000 people sitting there at 3 p.m. Guys, as we go off into your weekend, it does look better. Unfortunately, we just got to get through this flash flooding situation that we're going to be watching through the rest of the afternoon. That'll take you until 8 p.m., so we'll talk all about that, how much more rain you can expect, and also a better, calmer weekend forecast coming up.
We look for possible improvements. We thank you. All the rain that we've gotten over the past few days is causing high water on roads and, as Micah was saying, flash flooding.
Let's take a look. This is Winchester Road in Clay City, where the rain washed away a man's trailer overnight. WKYT's Mike Linden is in Powell County now with reaction from the homeowner. He continues our top story team weather coverage at noon.
As creeks, streams, and rivers continue to rise in the Bluegrass following a heavy amount of rainfall all week, especially here in Powell County, both the Brush Creek and the Red River have reached and went over their banks. According to the National Weather Service, the Red River hit a peak of nearly 16 feet earlier this morning. That's only a foot away from minor flood stage. Along Brush Creek, floodwater was high enough to wash away a man's trailer along Winchester Road this morning. Lester Robinson says he's lived along the creek for 12 years, and he says he never thought this day would come.
The last 2 times, it just got up underneath my trailer, and that was it. It dropped real quick, but this time it pushed it.
While Brush Creek and the Red River are expected to slowly drop down over the course of the day today, emergency management officials want to remind drivers that it only takes 1 foot of water to sweep a vehicle off of the road. And of course, if you come to a roadway covered in water, turn around, don't drown. In Powell County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Now, Robinson says he owes his life to his 1-year-old dog, Feisty. He says the dog woke him up only seconds before the trailer washed away. We'll be tracking the storm threat throughout the day, and you can stay informed even when you're away from your TV. Download the WKYT weather app, or you can find the latest forecast on WKYT.com.
In other news at noon, a woman is facing several charges here at midday after leading police on a slow-speed chase in a stolen bucket truck. The pursuit started about 9:30 this morning on southbound I-75 before heading northbound and finally coming to an end about an hour later on West Main at Clyde Street. Now, this is video of the scene from WKYT's Sky First just after the driver was arrested. And now WKYT's Sean Moody is following up. He has the details of the chase as he's joining us now with the story live downtown. Hey, Sean.
You can see that they are still working to clear the scene here. There are a couple of of state police cruisers. They just loaded the truck onto that wrecker. They say they're getting ready to pull it out of here. They do expect to have traffic flowing in the next few minutes. This all started in southern Fayette County at a gas station off the 104. Police say a man was pumping gas into a bucket truck when a woman assaulted him and jumped into that truck. We talked to a man who said he saw the whole thing.
And I saw this girl go over and get in the truck. He said, man, she's still in my truck. I said, I'll go follow her. Well, she went and had to stop. Well, that guy went at the stoplight and tried to stop her, and then she ran practically over him. And I thought he was dead. Heck, man, there was no way I was going to let that girl get by. There was no way, man. I was going to follow her to hell.
You want to just...
I mean, it was wrong, man. She stole that guy's truck. It was something else, man. That girl's messed up, man. You ought to seen it out there on the interstate. It was horrible. It was the worst thing. I ain't never seen nothing like this, man.
Now, state police say the chase went on for about 40 miles from Lexington to Richmond, then back through Lexington. They put out several spike strips, taking out some of the tires at various points on the interstate. State police say the woman drove on the wrong side of Leestown Road, and other drivers had to scatter to get out of the way. They said they had to stop her before she got into the downtown area. That's when a state police cruiser was in front of her. They say that truck hit the cruiser, and that's when this chase came to an end. They say the truck wasn't really going all that fast, but it was driving erratically. Now, state police say they don't know who the woman is, and they say she appeared to have targeted the driver at random. Now, I just finished talking with the owner of that truck. He wasn't the one who was driving it at the time or pumping gas at the time, but he said he followed the chase all along. You'll hear more from him coming up on WKYT at 12:30. Live in Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
A little trouble getting her in the car there. Police say during the 40-mile chase, no other cars were hit.
Now, the search is on this midday for a man who attacked a Lexington police officer. It happened around 7 o'clock this morning during a traffic stop on I-64 near the southern split. Police say the suspect and the officer got into an altercation, and the suspect then ran into the woods. WKYT's Victor Puente is live in Lexington, where officers are closing in on the man. Victor?
The police had called this search off around 9:30 this morning, saying they were going to use investigative methods to find this man. But as you can see behind me, they are back out here looking for the driver who attacked a police officer this morning. That search started a little after 7 when an officer pulled a man over at the 83-mile marker on Interstate 64. Police say it was for speeding. They say the officer discovered the man had some outstanding charges and attempted to arrest him. That's when a struggle started. Police say the man may have gone for the officer's gun, and the officer tried to tase him.
A brief struggle ensued, which led into the grass median part of the interstate. The officer was assaulted during the struggle, and the suspect fled into the field area to the north of the interstate.
Original search, which they called off, but they've since come back out after a tip that someone matching the man's description was seen just off Hume Road. Now, that runs next to the I-64, I-75 split. It's a few miles down from where that search started. They brought out search dogs back out. They've asked us to stay back away from the scene. You can see there's a helicopter still going overhead. Now, during that original search earlier, they did impound that man's car. They told us they believe that information that they found inside that car will lead them to him, so they expect to be able to find him regardless of how this search ends up. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. That officer was checked out by paramedics at the scene, but his injuries weren't serious. Police have identified a woman involved in a Lexington meth bust. 31-year-old Shannon Kazee was arrested yesterday on Crosby Drive. That street was shut down for hours while a hazmat team decontaminated 4 people and a dog inside a duplex. Kazee is charged with manufacturing meth.
The ACLU of Kentucky has filed a federal lawsuit against a clerk who is refusing to issue marriage licenses. Protesters have been outside the Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis's office most of this week. The ACLU's lawsuit is on behalf of 2 homosexual and 2 heterosexual couples who were denied marriage licenses following the U.S. Supreme Court's decision that same-sex couples have a legal right to marry. Davis says her Christian beliefs prevent her from issuing licenses to gay couples, so she is not issuing them to anyone, gay or straight. Kentucky's two major party candidates for governor are not going to be taking Independence Day off. Republican nominee Matt Bevin and Democratic nominee Jack Conway will both be traveling the Commonwealth. They're scheduled to be in Campbellsville, both of them, for the 4th of July celebration there. That includes speeches and a parade. Bevin will then be walking in the Fort Mitchell Parade in northern Kentucky, while Conway will walk in the Lexington 4th of July parade. The two candidates are scheduled to appear together at a forum coming up on July 23rd. Well, the rain might be putting a little bit of a damper, at least a lot of concern on the start of the holiday weekend here in the Bluegrass.
But rain or shine, thousands of people will be in downtown Lexington this weekend. A lot going on. Tonight at 8 o'clock, there will be a patriotic music concert on the Morrison Lawn at Transylvania. Now, if you're planning to head downtown tomorrow, be prepared for some road closures. The Bluegrass 10,000 is tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Several downtown streets will be blocked off for the race and the parade, which starts at 2 o'clock. It all wraps up at 10 o'clock tomorrow night with a fireworks display.
Well, it's going to be a long holiday weekend for law enforcement and U.S. intelligence agencies amid growing concerns about a possible terror attack.
Find out what officials are doing to keep the country safe next on Kentucky's #1 Midday News.
Also ahead on WKYT, for those who almost felt sorry for Paris Hilton after she was the target of a plane crash hoax, it looks like the joke is on you. We'll explain. Coming up on WKYT News at noon.